What's up? It is 7:59. Good to see you. It's your friend James Shaw. Thank you so much for waking up on a Monday. It's a shift Monday here inside Pivot Shift Ahead. We're going to be in shift today because that's what we do on Mondays, unpacking something. Today it's three signals that we know a shift is here. And if you have these things going on in your market, then the shift is here, right? Even though the data may not tell you, you go look at the MLS and it's like, we have 4.2 months of inventory. Oh, still a seller's market? If you got these three things, the shift is here. And Gary says the only way to get ahead is to act like the market that's coming, not the market you're in. So if you want to be succeeding at a high level and you're currently in the seller's market, you should behave as if it's a buyer's market because you do different things in a buyer's market than you do a seller's market, and that will allow you to get ahead. Put it in the chat. Do you want to get ahead? Yes or no? My guess is you probably do. So we're going to talk about that on this Shift Monday. Thank you for choosing to be here this morning. Before we do that, a couple of tell me something goods. What's up, Elaine?
Hey, I wanted to remind you guys, read the Win the Inside Game. One of the key points that he tells us all, if we want to be passionate and very successful in our business, have a second something in our life. And this weekend, my second something, of course, is horses. And this weekend, me and my new horse went to our very first schooling show, and I stayed on and I stayed in the ring, and woohoo, we did good. So
That is so fun. Steve
that's my
Magnus is who
something
wrote that
good.
book. Steve Magnus wrote the book Win the Inside Game. He was just at Elevate with us last week, and he was one of your favorites. Y'all told me he was one of your favorites that was there. So that could be a book that you pick up if you weren't at Elevate. If you were at Elevate, you have a copy. If you weren't there, maybe pick one up. Thanks, Elaine. Appreciate that. We're going to bounce around a little bit. Deb Morris, we haven't heard from you in a long time. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. I just wanted to say I had the greatest weekend. My baby graduated from college. So we got a VRBO, piled it with family and friends, and had a great time. And guess what she is right now? She's flying to Japan with one of her girlfriends. So, nothing is better than having a bucket list that you can do at 22 years old. So I just wanted to say something good. Thanks for letting me
That
share.
is so cool. Congratulations on that. That's exciting stuff. Kathy, Heidi, good morning. You get the last one.
Good morning, everybody. James, I just have to say I'm still elevating from our experience together at Disney World and just grateful and blown away at what your team did for all of us. And thank you. I'm so excited. I cannot wait until Advance in Tampa. So thank you for that. And today is a big day. It's Cinco de Mayo, and it's also the day that I walked into Keller Williams and signed up. It's my 11-year anniversary. So very, very happy to be part of this crew.
Cheers for that. Congratulations to you on that, Kathy. And thanks for honoring the team. They put a lot of work in to elevate, and as I sit, I still have this kind of high from it still
Yes.
right now. And I'm proud of what we put together. There's definitely things we're going to work on and improve to get better. But overall, I was very proud of what our team put together, and I trust that you all had a good time. You seemed to be happy. We didn't get a lot of complaints or anything. Everybody seemed to really enjoy it, and so I'm honored that 350. We had two people not show, so we had 348 show up, and the two that didn't show just last minute emergencies, right? That they couldn't make it. So I am so thankful that you all would make the trip out there. And I don't know if anybody else is still on that kind of high from Elevate. I still am. And I'm darn proud of the team. Nadine and Grace and Vicky and Anna and Julia. And then of course we have the millennials helping us out, Brittany and Justin, our friends. And then Grace brought her husband Joe, who used to work on events for Family Reunion at KWRI. So I'm honored I'm thankful what we put together. I'm happy. I'm proud you would come, and I'm thankful for all of you showing up. So that's that. We have our next event is Advance. That's our business planning event. There's, last I checked, about 81 seats left for that. So if you want to come, we would love to see you. It's in Tampa, which is really close to the London of Tampa Bay Safety Harbor. It's in Tampa, November 10th and 11th. John Acuff and me are going to do, or John Acuff and I are going to do All It Takes Is a Goal, which is his goal book on top of MREA weaved throughout. That's day one. Day two is a Profit First workshop, and then a body language workshop that'll help you become better at connecting with your people. So that's day 2. Day 1's a full day, day 2's a half day. So you'll be out of there by noon on the 11th, and we're just pumped. So advance.jamesdshaw.com if you want to come. Advance.jamesdshaw.com. Thanks, Kathy. All right, so it's a shift Monday. We do shift on Mondays here inside Pivot Shift Ahead. And I posted, and I emailed you this morning. Maybe you got on because of the email I sent you, but I emailed you this morning. There's 3 signals a shift is on the way, right? Or that you're in it, really. 3 signals. So I'm going to put it in the chat, or I'm going to tell you, and then you're going to tell me in the chat, are you experiencing any of these? Are you experiencing any of these things? Number 1, fewer leads. Thumbs up or thumbs down, yes or no. Give me a thumbs up or thumbs down, or put a yes or no in the chat. Do you have fewer leads, yes or no? All right, so we're looking at a bunch of yeses. There's going to be some nos, and there's going to be some about the same, but it is what it is. But if you have fewer leads, that's something to pay attention to. Fewer leads means a shift is coming. Number 2, fewer showings. Fewer showings in your area right now or on your listings. Do you have fewer showings? Yes or no in the chat. Yes or no in the chat. Yes or no in the chat. Put it in there. Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs up, thumbs down. Increased days on market. Increased days on market. Do you have that? Put it in the chat. Yes or no. Increased days on market. Those are the 3 things. Fewer leads, fewer showings, increased days on market. Gary says, the minute these signs show up, take notice. Do not ignore them and don't wait to act. These are the early warning signals of what most likely is coming next, which is increased inventory and fewer pendings. This is the consequence of a shift, he says. Demand slows down and supply builds up. And it starts with fewer leads. That's step 1. Starts with fewer leads and then ends with fewer closings. Buyers and sellers get thrown for a loop and they turn the market into one. What once felt like an unlimited supply of buyers and sellers suddenly feels very limited, and abundance shifts to scarcity. Now, I went and pulled this up. I like looking at this, and I'll post it in the pivot page. I'm on page 49, y'all, who are keeping score at home. I'm going to show you this. I pulled housing days on market, median days on market in the U.S. Now, anytime I give you a U.S. number, obviously it is not a reflection of what's happening in Tulsa or Miami or Orlando or L.A. It's a reflection of what's happening in the country. And keep in mind, it's like saying that the high today in the United States is 75 degrees, but it does give you a trend to look at. So I'm going to show you days on market in the U.S. right now. This is the median days on market. And I want to point something out to you. This goes back to like 2017 or 2016. And our April is the last one when we have 50 days. 50 days. Now you notice, this is always true. As we move into the spring and summer, days on market, right, gets lower always. Sales go up in most markets. That's a time that people tend to buy. So when I look at this, I'm not looking for what direction is it moving. I want to compare the year-over-year numbers. So we've got April 2025 of 50 days. April of 24 was 47 days. April of 23 was 46 days. April of 22 was 30 days. April of, there we go, 21 was 37. Now, but see, it's been worse, y'all. Look, April of 2020 was 60 days. That's right in the pandemic. I mean, we're very right into the pandemic. And then go to April of 1954 days, and so on and so forth. But I want to go what's happening. And here's what we're seeing. Days on market is moving up. If we compare April to April over the last few years, days on market's moving up. That's the thing. I hear from many of you, that you have fewer leads. I just, in your world, and or another thing might be you have to do more to get the same. Maybe you don't have fewer leads, but you've had to increase your activity. Is that true for anyone? Put it in the chat, that it's taking more effort, more concentration just to get the same. That's a sign of a shift. And then your showings may be down. The bottom line is when these things show up, we've got to behave differently. If we behave the way we've always behaved, that's an example of losing so slowly you feel like you're winning. I don't want that to happen to you. You want to get ahead? You got to act like the market that's coming, not the market you're in. Let's talk about it. Jenny, start us off. Good morning.
Well, good morning. I just thought,
Hold on. I'm going to mute everybody, Jenny, and then you can come back off and mute. Go ahead, Jenny.
okay, I was just going to share that you need to act the way that you say. So, for example, we put one of our own properties on the market last week that has been totally gutted, perfectly staged, great location. And guess what? 2 showings, no offers. What did I do yesterday? A price adjustment, because if I'm going to encourage our sellers to do the same, to act fast or you miss out, I have to be in alignment with that. I can't be holding on to this price that I'm just wishing and dreaming about, because that's not the reality. And so I think the words that we need to get real familiar and comfortable with again, James, are it's not you, it's not your property, it's the market. The market is rejecting that price, and so that price and the market are the bad guy. And so the only way for us to get ahead and for you to actually achieve your goal of moving to here by then, and this is where we insert all their motivation, is to move fast. And the whole everything everyone needs to know is right inside the shift book. And that's the window of opportunity. Whoops, we missed that first window because we didn't get an offer. It's the pricing ahead of the market instead of chasing it down. And so I hear agents say all the time, well, it's not the price. Well, if it hasn't sold and it's been on the market for 6 months, it is the price, period. So
I
get
mean,
that out
bottom
of your
line
head.
is it's basically almost always the price. There might be
Always.
the rare exception. But gosh darn it, isn't it always the price?
It's the price based on the condition or the location. And
Yeah.
so if it is in excellent condition and an awesome location, well, it's the price. Now, yes, timing can play into it, but how much time do you want to wait to continuing to pay and invest in that property?
We'll get to pricing is on one of our shift Mondays. But folks, when people say it's priced right, but it's not selling, I want to go, it is not priced right in all caps. Inspire members, you need to go watch the call we did a couple weeks ago with Aaron Simons and Emily Baker. If you're an Inspire member and haven't watched it, get off this call right now and go spend the rest of your morning watching that, because that call was gold. Jenny, thank you so much. Jack Smith, good morning.
Morning, James. Let me just say this. This is what's going on in our market right now, everything that you said. And I think Jenny is absolutely right. Everybody's saying the very same thing. Even if it's priced right, it's not priced right. And that's what we're experiencing. However, I have to say, we do not have less leads. We're having more leads. We just don't have properties that are priced right to sell people. That's the bottom line. And that's part of our negotiation tactic. But the secondly is, this past week was overwhelming. Absolutely overwhelming. Every single thing that you and your team did was beyond incredible. And and maybe I shouldn't say this out loud, maybe I won't say it out loud, but if everybody in Keller Williams, KWRI, would learn from you and how to run a production, they would have thousands and millions of people, not just thousands, right? You had hundreds. I can't imagine what this is going to be like. Gary Keller says you can be anywhere you want to be in 5 years. And you made that wonderful post this weekend about where we were with 120 people 5 years ago. I can't imagine where we're going to have a space big enough to hold a convention of Elevate in 5 years. Just think about it.
Yeah.
Your team was over the top. There was
Thank
not
you.
a detail missed. That whole chocolate thing was overwhelming. And as you know, I've never been a Disney person, but I changed my mind. I'm a Disney person now. And Philip absolutely loved he said, where does he come up with this? I said, it's called talent, Philip.
Oh, very
Talent.
nice. Well, you got
No,
your
it's
picture with
truth.
Minnie and
Truth.
Mickey.
It's truth.
You got your picture with Minnie and Mickey, which helped. But thank you, Jack. I'm proud of what we created, like I said, and I appreciate you being there. Brent and Alice, good morning.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, when you talk about the shift, one of the shifts that we're having also is the number of agents that we're losing in the marketplace, which brings up the point, how do you fill in that gap? How are you going to take over the part that they would have taken over? And so in California, I just came from the Sacramento meetings, and California Association of Realtors, are predicting a 7.7% drop this year after 2 years of 4.7 drops. So we're having this shift in people getting out of the market that are selling homes. How can you adjust yourself so that you take over their listings?
You're the president of your board, right, Brent?
Yes.
What's the membership like right now? I mean, I'm sure that's something you're paying attention to. Are you flat? Are you down? What are you seeing?
No, most of our area are down around 7%. We are only down 5%.
All right, but
So
you have agents getting out.
of agents getting out.
Yeah, and the reason an agent gets out is because they can't hit their financial goal in the business, and so it doesn't make sense to be a member anymore, and they're not hitting their financial goal because they have fewer leads. That's the bottom line. They've got fewer leads, they just don't have enough stuff in the pipeline, and then their reserves get low. And when your leads drop, when your lead pipeline gets low and your reserves get low, then you have to go do something else. But folks, the market doesn't have to impact you. What we're attempting to teach in here is be aware of what's going on in the market and then adjust your activities accordingly so that you can succeed. If leads are fewer, you have to make a more concerted effort to find them. He says that. It's on the same page. It's on page 49 right here somewhere. You have to move your lead generation activities into high gear. That's why we created the point system for some of you. Others of you are, can I add a lead to my pipeline? Some of you are, I want to make so many contacts. But you've got to put a hyper-focused effort on finding leads and recognize that it will take more work right now than it took before. But if you can fill up the pipeline and you've got a bunch of leads, you're going to be just fine. You don't have to participate in this shift. In other words, seeing your business drop because of it. You do have to participate in it by elevating your activities. Thanks, Brent. Appreciate it so much. Linda Brennan, good morning.
Good morning, James. So yeah, our market is definitely down. I'm looking at the past week, 77,965 listings, 7,285 price changes. People are still overpricing the listings. However, we have a new trainer in our office, and he's working all with the new agents, and he is killing it. His agents are killing it. They're brand new to the market, and what are they doing? They're making group calls. They're doing open houses for all us old timers. The social media, he's doing social media with them, broker opens. He's taking them on field trips to new construction. They're doing, and even pickleball, just social stuff. And I talked to two on Friday. They were both writing offers from open houses they did for other agents. One of the new guys has 3 listings and he got a buyer under contract, all from his sphere and social media. I mean, it's out there. The business is out there. It's just doing all the things. And once you get the listings, I again can't talk more about Maria Sims' marketing plan, that 8-week, whatever it is. I turned it
12
into
weeks,
8
yeah.
weeks.
Yeah.
Because you have to tell your people what you're doing for them, or they're going to become expired listings. So thanks for letting me
Maria
share.
Sims' 12-week marketing plan is in the Inspire portal. It's under our listing marketing mastermind, and it's a 12-week communication plan with active sellers to help make sure they're priced right. Linda, Florida is the market in Florida is rough. That's the bottom line. This is, and folks pay attention to that because you look at like Florida, Arizona, California, those 3 states tend to be a fortune teller of what's to come for you. And this market here, this state is struggling. That's bottom line. It's tough. And so pay attention to that so that you can learn from those who are out in front of you. Act as if you have a DeLorean and watch the markets that are slipping so you can figure out what you must do differently. We have time for one more. And Kathleen, we heard from you earlier, so I'm going to go to Jess Starr. Go ahead, Jess. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, same as Jenny, put a listing that we have on that's a rental because we can maximize on value now. I looked at that stat that said 177,000 listings are on the market in Florida right now, when the Northeast has 79,000 listings on compared to Florida. All of Northeast have 79,000. So I was like, let's maximize on one of the listings we have here. That really makes sense to do that now. And let's look at those rentals if we can increase them. Otherwise, that's a great thing to do. But really, if you've been in the market for a while and you've been a real estate agent for a while, you watch those states like Florida and Texas and the ones that are changing, because you want to make sure you are adjusting your sales quickly, even if you're in a hot market like New England and you're adjusting. So if you have personal properties, you may want to maximize on the value now, because those could be changing within the year. Even though it seems super hot right now, that DeLorean is telling you what's coming down the pike, friends. So
I mean,
that's
yeah,
what
pay
we're
attention.
doing.
Pay attention. That's the bottom line. Pay attention. And then, folks, do not sit back. This is not a market where if you're going to sit back, then turn your license back into the state and cancel your membership to NAR, because there's no reason to keep paying them. If you're going to sit back, if you're just going to sit back and wait it out, but you can totally succeed. Opportunity shows up in transition. We're in one. We're approaching one. If these 3 things, fewer leads, fewer showings, and increased days on market, are happening in your area, the shift is here, even if month supply says it's not. Act like the market that's coming, not the market you're in, and go get ahead.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good way to start the Monday. Thanks everybody for being on. We'll be back and better than ever tomorrow. Just doing more stuff to keep you going. So come back. All right. You got your inspiration. Go put in the perspiration. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.
Thank you, James.
Great day.